Hi everyone, it's Heidi from Flutter by Heidi, and I'm Heidi Smith, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United Kingdom, and today I'm playing with the Snowman Season stamp set. It's coming up to Christmas, so it's time to start getting some of those Christmas makes done. And this is a great stamp set and with a coordinating punch that is in the main annual catalogue from Stampin' Up! And it has got not only have you got this lovely snowman image here that coordinates with the punch, with the hat and the stick arms, but you've got snowflake effects, you've got this lovely snowman here, another one here, and a couple of sentiments too, or 3 sentiments. So really useful one, great for tags as well. These sizes are perfect for tags. Yeah, it comes with a coordinating punch. I'm also using the Snowflake Splendor designer series paper, 12 by 12 sheets, 6 sheets each of 2 sheets each of 6 designs, double-sided as always, so snowflakes and lovely soft blues as well as strong ones, so it's a pool party here. And you say on the other side you've got lovely Pacific Point right through to Misty Moonlight and Night of Navy. Super backgrounds of images with hints of Highland Heather in there, and then again more snowflakes on the reverse, lovely kind of all night sky, beautiful random snowflakes. Again, pretty almost Aurora Borealis type colours there, and more snowflakes, and on the back there. So this is just to show that whatever paper that it's really easy to mix and match things from one, the mini catalogue through to the main catalogue, and you get a real assortment. And this time we're just making a really fun wobble card. And it's to use up just scraps of DSP that you might have from offcuts from other ones. I've used 3/4 inch strips here, and I've used the lovely Banners Picker Punch as well, which creates different widths of banner from 1/2 inch to 1 inch, 1/2, 3/4 and 1 inch wide in 2 different designs, which probably don't show up. There you go, show up very well on a video, but there we go, because of the lighting. Okay, so that's what I've done. Really quick and easy, and these wobble springs are easy to get hold of, but they just add a great fun element. And then on the inside of the card, obviously just decorate as you want. So let's crack on with the design and show you how I made it. Okay, so to start off with, you're going to need a standard card base. Mine is 21 centimetres by 14.5, which I've scored at 10.5 to make a 10th fold card base. I've then taken a layer of Whisper White, 1/4 inch, just 1/2 centimetre smaller, so 14 by 10. And then, as I said, I've just got some pieces of designer series paper, and this one I've actually embossed with our new textured dynamic folder, which is this one here, which kind of gives it's almost like a weave. It's not even fair to say a weave, but it just gives a bit more of a textured effect. I was playing around and thought, well, actually, yeah, I can use that for something else. So I'm just going to take 3 3/4 inch strips of paper, and I've kind of gone for a range of designs, sort of light and dark, just to kind of alternate a little bit. And all I'm going to do now is just punch the ends of those. So what I did was, rather than doing 3 sort of tail ends, I did one with a flag end. I then did one with a pointy end, and then the top one I'll do again with that sort of flag end as well, like so. Pop that away. So that's going to sort of create our bottom section, and again, depending on the size of your scraps, you could make those longer or shorter as you want. Now, because this has got sort of the darker blues, I thought I'd use the Misty Moonlight here, and I'm just going to do a bit of stamping off as well. So just use your grid paper or a bit of you get your words out, or a little bit of scrap paper. So let's have a look, see if that's going to create the effect I want. Yeah, okay. So all I'm doing is on the top section here, I'm just coming in and stamping some snowflakes coming down. And just filling in the gaps really. So just sort of creating a bit of a repeat pattern, and obviously I've used this sort of trailing snowflake, sort of snow falling image, but you could just as easily use the all over snowflake as well. I'm managing to get really inky here. Okay, so having created our sort of top section, I'm then going to come in with my full strength Misty Moonlight and use the Merry Christmas image, and that'll then stand out against the stamped off ones. She says, hopefully, yeah, that's reasonably well, stands out reasonably well. If you decide it didn't stand out enough, pop it on a banner. That works well as well. And then I'm going to just pop my banners on the bottom here. And with these, I tend not to be terribly precise with them. I just sort of add some glue to the back, and it helps if you do it in order. So I'm going to do my bottom banner first, and I'm going to sort of put that fairly well over to the right there and just line that up with the bottom of my card. Then I'm going to put my next piece in and just line that up on top, and then finally come in with my textured piece. As I said, I've used an embossing folder on this. With the paper you don't need to, but it sort of just adds a little bit of fun to it as well. And then you'll see that overlaps. All you need to do is come in with your snips from the reverse and trim like so. Now, when you're creating a card, sometimes I want to put layers on, sometimes I don't. Christmas cards I tend not to put as many layers on, but I like to create a sort of a faux layer effect, and I create that just by taking my ink pad, and it works really well with these dark ones, and I just dip the edge of my card into the ink pad, just usually at a slight angle, and that just creates just a really sort of hint of colour around the outside edge. So we're going to pop that to one side with our card base so that can dry, and then we can carry on by creating our snowman wobble effect. So all I'm doing here is using Memento ink and my snowman image. I'm going to pop that in. It's going to come sort of down at the bottom, but I don't want to waste too much card, so I'm just going to pop that on the bottom right hand corner there, and pop that in and punch out my snow person. Now to get the arms, I'm just going to pop those in again. Now you can go to the trouble of lining those up if you want to, and doing it all in one go. I generally find that, to be honest with you, I don't. I tend to come in and punch again for the sake of a little bit of card. Just do it on the outside there. There's my two arms, and then finally my hat, I'm going to come in from this side here, so I just look at which orientation it is and pop that in. As I say, there are videos out there showing you how you can punch and stamp those out all in one go, but when I'm just doing a couple of cards, then I wouldn't worry about it. However, if you were batch making, then it certainly is worth it. And what you would do then is create a template like this, put all your stamps either on a Stamparatus or a large block, and you would line them up. So, for example, you'd line up this stamp here, you'd line the arms up, and you'd line the snowman, and then you'd pick them up on a block so that you could stamp them all in one go and punch them all in one go as well. As I say, not something that I've done for this one. Perhaps let me know if you need me to sort of show you that in more detail, by all means. Then all I'm doing is coming in with just a couple of blends, I just picked up 3 colours. I've picked up a Smoky Slate, a Poppy Parade and Just J. They happen to be there. So my nose is going to be sort of red rather than orange, but I'm not going to worry about that because I'm kind of going, well, actually, perhaps it's a heritage carrot. Heritage carrots, you know, come in all sorts of colours, including kind of purples. So we don't just have to have straightforward ones. Colour over a bit of the banding in red there, and then I'm just coming in, and I'm not even doing any sort of blending with these. I'm just colouring them. So I could easily have used my Stampin' Right markers just for colouring. But as I say, it was whatever. I happened to have these blends to hand from another project, so made it easy. And then to attach these, only use a tiny bit of glue. So it's your choice. You might want to use glue dots instead. You might find that works better for you. I've got mine on a reel, obviously, that comes in, and you could just pick up a glue dot on the edge of that hat and attach it to the top like so. More difficult with the arms, so again, depending on your choice, just use the fine end and a tiny little bit on the ends there, just to kind of get them to stick. Leave it a moment to set. It's just easier. And then these wobble strings, or springs. These are available. I picked them up off, you know, one of the main stuff sites, like a kind of an Amazon or something like that, or a craft site. Just peel the backing off like so, and the whole the bit with the aperture comes on sticks onto your main card. So once that's on, all I've got to do is just peel off the back. You'll use a pokey tool if you're struggling, as I clearly am. There we go, just peel that off. Pop. Don't stick your arm to the back of your card. That is not a good plan. So stick your arms on. And I've stuck it to my grid paper. Okay, right. Pop your snow person in place, then do your sticking. There we go. Then all I'm doing to finish that off is I'm going to pop some dimensionals on the back there. Now dimensionals, again, if you were posting this, you might want to put this on flat. Up to you entirely. With a square piece, I usually put, you know, one in each corner and one in the middle. With a rectangular piece of card as a card front, you want to make sure it's nicely supported. You don't want it getting too flat. So just take the backs off those dimensionals, like so. And then bring your card in and just add that to the front of your card. I usually line up sort of at the bottom and the sides. There we go, and the top. And then now that's open, I'm just going to come in with a lighter colour. I usually use a light colour, almost like a watermark on the inside. And I thought I'd pop my snow person on the inside. And there you have a pair of fun wobble cards using some scraps of DSP and a bit of stamping to create your background, ready to go in my Christmas card stash. I hope you enjoyed that. If you'd like to purchase any of the products you've seen today, I'd love it if you chose me as your demonstrator. Please pop along to my blog at Flutter by Heidi and follow the links, or just go along to heidismith.stampinup.net and follow the signs, the links for the shop there, and choose me as your demonstrator. Thank you very much for watching. See you again soon. Bye.